All right, y'all, work with me. We're going to get to the Nation of Islam right quick. And we're going to tell the whole history real quick. And then we're going to chop it up. All right. The Nation of Islam emerged in 1929, the year Timothy Drew Ali died. Drew, who took the name Noble Drew Ali, was the founder of the Moorish Science Temple. Okay? So, Moorish Science Temple of America, which flourished in Chicago, Detroit, and other cities in the 1920s. After his death, a modified version, we were chopping up, a modified version of the Moorish Science Temple emerged in Detroit in the 1930s. It was led by a mysterious door-to-door peddler of silks and other items supposedly originated in Africa. See? Known variously as Wallace D. Farad Muhammad and Wali Farad, he wrote two manuals of instructions, The Secret Rituals of the Nation of Islam and the Teaching of the Lost Nation of Islam in the Mathematical Way. His teachings that black people were the true Muslims and attached to many poor residents, depressed areas in Detroit. In addition to the beliefs of Noble Drew Ali and Farad, the nation also taught that the mixture of Carcanic principles and Christian Bible and his own beliefs, and that of the nationalist Marcus Garvey. I told y'all that in the other video. Hold on. We're going to chop it up, though. In 1934, after establishing the Moorish Science Temple, Farad disappeared, and one of his disciples, Elijah Muhammad Poole, 1897 through 1975, renamed Elijah Muhammad by Farad, became the leader. The Detroit Temple, and then the second of the temples in Chicago, the nation attached the attention of federal authorities during World War II, when its members refused to serve in the military. Muhammad was arrested in May 1942 on charges of inciting followers to resist the draft of imprisonment in Mulan, Michigan. Until 1946, after his release, he settled in Chicago and began to expand his movement. Okay, now, first of all, Timothy Drew Ali. See, that's his original name. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want to start talking about nobody like, and I don't got no history on them. I got history on everybody. It's just the last group, they ain't had that much history. So you try to find stuff in the books of them. They don't really got no books. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, but the Nation of Islam, though, they actually got a history. You see what I'm saying? You see, it was started over 100 years ago exactly, in 1920. You see what I'm saying? But see, you know, what the Nation of Islam, not all of it. I'm not all of it. The Moorish Science Temple. I know what the Moorish Science Temple teaching today is not what they was teaching back then. What they say, they from Africa. I just read it. They say they from Africa. But these niggas that say today, we from all over the place, man. We from America. We from America. We from Israel. We from Spain, you know what I'm saying? They all over the place. You see what I'm saying? But it just said that it was led by a mysterious door-to-door peddler of silks and other items supposedly originated in Africa, known as Wallace Ford D. Massafar Muhammad. So the teachers was Africa. And you see, well, I told y'all that Elijah Muhammad be saying all Marcus Garvey words, man. You see what I'm saying? So We got the coldest ancestors in the black community. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody copying what we doing. You see, as it was the format. You see, and it's still the format. Them teachers is still all in the Nation of Islam, as we just read. But Farad Muhammad, mysteriously disappears, man. Where is that at? I want to find it. Mysteriously disappears out of nowhere. Where did he go? Some people say he went to India. Some people say, what else they say? Atlantis. Some people be saying all these crazy places that he went. You see what I'm saying? But we'll get into that on a later date, because I'm just wanting to give y'all some history on them. You see what I'm saying? Because we gonna hit up the Moors. You see what I'm saying? And they think we don't got no information on them. But so let's find that part where he mysteriously disappears or whatnot. Let's find that. Let's find that. And I don't blame them for not wanting to go to the war, man. Ain't nobody got nothing to do with World War II. What the hell the brothers want to go over there and fight them people for? I was just watching what is that? Dead Presidents. And the little same time. And it's 1970, all these 1940 and 20. They going over there, World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War. Them little people was like, black man, what you doing over here? This ain't got nothing to do with you. And they was going anyway, so I don't blame them on that. But in 1934, after establishing the Moorish Science Temple, Farad Muhammad disappears, and one of his disciples, Elijah Muhammad Poole, in 1897 through 1975, renamed Elijah Muhammad, became the leader of the Detroit Temple and the Second Temple in Chicago. The nation attracted the attention of federal authorities during World War II for not wanting to go into the military. So, the Nation of Islam was started by Farad Muhammad. You see what I'm saying? And he had a leader that, same thing like how Malcolm was in the jail and Farad appeared or whatnot. And he told Malcolm this prophecy or whatnot. Same thing happened to Elijah. You see what I'm saying? And the prophecy was passed down to his followers or whatnot. So, and they also, the 5%. The 5%, you see, mathematics. You see, that's what they be on. So it's different chapters of the Nation of Islam, obviously. But they will say they won, but this is saying that they different factions or whatnot. Because it's been renamed and revamped over this time. But you see it right here. The Nation of Islam also taught mixtures of chronicle principles and the Christian Bible, his own beliefs, as though of the black nationalist Marcus Garvey. So, what's winning the Nation of Islam is the UNIA. Like I said, all of them, like Malcolm Daddy was Marcus Garveyite. You see what I'm saying? Elijah Muhammad, obviously he had his teachers. You see what I'm saying? He had his teachers. He had the teachers of Marcus Garvey in his movement. And I told y'all about that one mosque, I think it's in Chicago, I think, or New York one. Yeah, Chicago. And they got, as soon as you come in there, they got that little plaque on the wall right there on the right. And they got the writing on it of Marcus Garvey. And other mosques do too. You see what I'm saying? So we see who the real leaders is, man. So, but 100 years later, you see, because we talking about the 1920s, Marcus Garvey plan, which was back to Africa, you see, in global Africa, has came into play bigger than anybody, and he ain't even here no more. You see what I'm saying? But his organization was so powerful, it existed 100 years. And that's a small amount of time, but look how all those organizations, other organizations, whatever from Islam, you know what I'm saying, the Moors, all the other organizations or whatnot, Israelites and all that, done been out here the same amount of time, and Marcus Garvey movement is the biggest. And y'all out here. But see, they ain't know we was still out here either. You see what I'm saying? I told y'all we ain't gonna never let the Marcus Garvey teachers die. You see what I'm saying? And neither is the Nation of Islam. Cause so I don't know what they talking about. And we gonna get into them again, but I just want to let y'all know, I ain't out here just talking. I ain't out here just talking. You see what I'm saying? I got the history of everybody, man. So y'all like, subscribe, and share. That's the Nation of Islam secret teachings or whatnot, and that little history of Islam. So I'm calling right back. Drop out.